app.
Okay, I like to bring up a point about this.
Okay.
It finally happened. I was watching a sports channel, and it's on YouTube, and Max Kellerman from ESPN's First Take. He's opposite Stephen A. Smith, the white guy.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
He had his own show, and he started his show or ended it, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to talk sports, but why?"
I think you told me about this, actually.
He said, "But why would I talk sports when every week the Pentagon and the Navy are confirming new UFOs and alien technology?" He said, I want to do my job. I do. I just find it strange."
My guy.
That we can continue to talk about sports when aliens possibly exist. And I'm right there with him. I think this is the... Okay, guys.
All right,
Just... When they come, if anybody I know acts surprised after not being shocked every time the new report came out, I'm beating the shit out of you. You hear me? You don't... I'm the only person who gets to act shocked and surprised. Because y'all didn't act shocked and surprised when they showed you this shit. And they told you this week after week, month after month, from 2020 since the beginning of the end of time.
You know what's funny when you see stuff like this? It's kind of, I feel bad for like the older conspiracists who have been like talking about aliens and like they've been
What
right
about the ones who got
time.
raped, Gene?
That's what I'm right there with you. That's what I'm saying.
They're in their cars.
Traumatized,
right now.
bro.
Cars.
John's gonna be like,
they just put their key in their
He's
ignition.
like, I fucking told you the White Walkers were
told
coming.
you.
I told you.
Put your key in the ignition. You turn the car barely on. Then you hear on the radio, "Yeah, we've confirmed UFO sightings." And you're one of those guys who got raped by an alien. It's a tough life, man. That's a tough life.
The Na'vi are here.
I hope they're not doing
Getting
shit like
revenge
that,
for
though.
the World
Bro.
Trade.
I just hope it's not like boring where they're like, oh, they just showed up in a ship. I want to see like interdimensional
gosh.
travel.
I don't want
like
to
they
see
just like
none of that
share
shit.
open the
technology or
fucking
something?
No.
yeah, they just like
I want them to
pour a
come here
hole in
on
reality and
accident.
walk through and be like, all right, that's.
I want it to be an
We're not
accident.
getting that level of technology from some kind
I
of...
want it to be an accident, Gene. Something happened, something blew up, and they don't know how they got here. They just here. I don't need these niggas to be
That'd be
superior
better.
to us in any type of... I need to be able to beat the shit out of one-on-one. Fist fight. I mean, these right here.
This guy.
Give it to them. You understand what I'm saying? I don't... Look, man, this is
You
too
a real whatever you are. Put that
Put
it
that shit down.
Let's see what's
Let's
up.
see what's up. I'm from Brooklyn.
I hope they also look cool, man. Like they come off looking like Leomon, like they're just like lion people. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
I want them to look
Dude,
just like
I'd be
us.
so mad if they're just
I
like
don't want
skinny,
anything
lanky, like
different.
UFOs that are just like highly more advanced in technology and can shoot me. I'm
Nope.
like, man, that's lame.
Nope. Look just like me so I can look at God and say thank you. Oh, you just did this in multiple places. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're right. That would be that would be a better answer.
My heart, you have to understand, it's
But the
not
problem
even that.
is that
Go
that
for
would
it.
just mean there probably might be within. No, I feel like that's a stretch. Well, maybe within our galaxy, because depending where they come from. Like I said this before, like what if their like habitat
is
is different
constantly
than ours, and with that
They're
they
ant people.
just could be like
they're
just
they're
we don't know.
lion people.
we
Like
just don't know. It all depends.
I'll tell you
That would
what.
make-
Why
They,
sci-fi
That'd be funny if
strip-
they're
I'll tell
just,
you
like,
what. They've been here.
person looking.
They've been here before we've been there. That's a fact. I don't like that.
It'd be interesting, is all.
It's not.
It'd be
Depending on-
interesting if they did look like a
terrifying.
lot like people. To John's point, like if it was just God kind of creating multiple points of like races in His image,
Mhm.
and so they are very human-like. But then that would bring up the question: would you fuck an alien? They're very human-like.
Hey.
Doc,
Hey,
why are we here again?
No, but listen. We had an interesting talk. Please do not laugh. We have a I can't crack any jokes. Damn. We have a
I haven't even introduced the topic yet.
no,
this
no,
conversation has
because we
been-
might not make it. To be honest with you, we have a trans woman at our job, and so they just identify as woman, right? Correct.
Okay.
She has a boyfriend. Is he gay?
The argument
Oh.
would be no.
By their terminology, no. He's a straight man.
But what if we take into account super
But we
straight?
all know. But we all know he's not a straight man. But
What if that's
by
why
their
all
definition,
this
Man,
stuff
no,
is happening,
he's a
man?
straight man. It's like all good, dude. I'm just a super straight
But-
man, dude. I just can't do it.
This makes me wonder, man. What if all the like
that's bringing me to my point with
movement for the
aliens.
LGBTQI, where it's just like we're blending all the lines and stuff like that, and like this gender is that gender, and like all this crazy stuff is happening, where we're really just setting up aliens to show up for some real interracial breeding to start happening.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so now's
that's
the
my
time.
point.
Now's the
like,
time.
technically speaking, Caitlyn Jenner is a lesbian.
Where are we going with this? We're
My
talking about
point-
aliens.
Yes, we are. We are talking about aliens.
This guy.
Now let's get to the UFOs. But to his point, this is my point. When those aliens come and they're men and if they look like us, do you know the field day that's going to happen with gender roles? That's my whole point. Now, is it gay for a Earth guy and a Mars guy? Or is that the more feminine thing on the... What if we come here and all the men... What if it's the flip? The women are the masculine and the men are the feminine. But the genitalia still match.
That'd be an interesting conversation.
No,
right?
it wouldn't. We got to get rid of them. You got to go.
Gosh.
You got to go. No,
Wrong
actually,
planet.
we kill all the men and they kill all our women and we breed with their women.
Isn't there like a Star Trek episode like that where they go to a planet where all the women are like the dominant like gender?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Our
yeah, there's-
dominant men,
In every show that has a little sci-fi to it, they've always
our dominant
Even
men,
Futurama, come on.
and their dominant women.
Oh yeah.
And
when
we'll
they go
tell
to the
them, hey,
Amazonian
look.
place.
Yeah,
Hey, look, we got some useless,
yeah.
if y'all can get rid of them, come on home. And they say, hey, look, we got some useless.
I feel some dudes would be about it.
What? I'm on the first ship. I'm on the first ship. I'm jumping off that ship. I'm looking for the smallest one, and I'm beating the brakes off of him. And I'm taking his woman,
This guy.
my big buff Amazonian princess. Because that's what it have to be, right?
What do they say in Futurama? Like, couscous or something like that. It's like their
Yeah.
term
Oh,
for
yeah.
fucking Couscous.
Oh, did you see when
Beautiful
they
man.
banged them to
Give
death?
Couscous. Yeah.
Not to that, but they banged them.
Well, that was supposed to be death by couscous.
You
They were
know-
gonna do it until his pelvis broke. That was the
he
joke.
thought- He was like, oh, yeah.
then
That
that
episode was hilarious.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Futurama, too. That's funny.
All right, now let's get into UFOs finally. Wow. Welcome to Fake Deep Thinking, y'all. Newly released radar footage shows UFO swarming Navy ship, filmmaker claims. So you have this little radar thing. The center point is the ship, and then these things right there are apparently the UFOs.
Which thing?
Right here. So boom, 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 boom.
This reminds me of that scene from Godzilla when they're watching the fucking
They all look like
Godzilla
satellites.
move. Yeah, they're watching Godzilla move through the water.
I think that's it.
Bro, that's the most terrifying thing ever. I see a UFO go into the water, I will kill myself. I promise you, I will kill myself. If a UFO goes into the water, I'm killing myself. No longer do I want to be here because I don't want to see nothing after that.
Yeah, though,
God,
I'm not
come
gonna
get
lie.
me.
Of all the possible ways for like aliens to attack and like destroy planets, death by giant monsters is probably the most fucked up one.
Dude.
And there you go, John, shooting into the ocean. Spherical UFO shooting into the ocean.
It's been real, guys. The time
John's like,
is
damn, I gotta think about this.
time is 10:28, June 8th.
Yeah, I forgot they do have to make a thing in June. Trump got that. Yep. So in June they have to have a report that they're supposed to give out about UFOs and aliens in June. So we'll
the
we'll
filmmaker who leaked footage.
we'll see how that goes.
Into
Yo,
the
off the coast
ocean?
of
We're in June.
California.
Into the ocean? Is that not a problem though?
No, it's a complete problem. But in a way, I would argue kind of makes sense. If you can find a way to capability
In
to travel through
space?
space, you can definitely have a ship that can withstand the pressures of the ocean. Because if you
Dude,
hit a
the
freaking
water probably
meteor,
not even touching them.
meteor, just a small little thing out there in space.
The water's not even touching the ship. It's probably just floating around the ship. Man, I'm good, dude. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Even driving a NASCAR, you know how hard that is to drive a car at 200 miles plus, 100 miles plus, 150 or whatever plus, and be able to navigate and turn on time and do stuff. My eye and hand-eye coordination skills are not able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So an alien that can maneuver a ship that's traveling what? How fast? I mean, talking about breaking barriers? Physically, they're already superior.
So they just said that that's all it is. Their comment is UFOs hovering over the USSR Russell on July 19th is authentic. So that little radar clip is authentic.
Yeah, but we don't know what
But we don't
on
know
the
what it
radar
is, so
is.
they're just calling it, So it might not be alien. They're saying it could just be foreign technology we've never seen before. They're not revealing it to the public. Maybe that's another conspiracy theory.
But also, what's making their activity
Previously
peak?
released footage of mysterious flying object hovering in the near Navy vessel. I think this is the one that where it shot back down into the ocean. This little clip right here. This shot.
I think this stuff has always been happening. It's just kind of gotten more popular and acceptable to talk about it in the mainstream.
And also our capabilities of
Recording.
I was gonna say along the lines of what was it, tracking and all that kind of stuff. It's gotten better. Like that one clip we watched, that episode we did, when a ship was flying and he was like trying to there was like, dude, this thing's going fast. And the shape of it, that's what blew them.
Dude, I mean,
We're also getting ready for
I wish I
alien
could put this
integration.
mic to my heart so y'all could hear it beating fast. Like, y'all think I'm playing. Like, this shit has me shook.
So
Y'all did not comment on my last point. For them to even fly this shit, they have to be better than us physically.
not necessarily.
Hand-eye coordination, they shooting shit better. How could you pilot something moving that fast?
What if he was crashing, bro?
Yeah, all right. All these videos don't look like crashing. I'll tell you what. We fly rocket ships, and guess how we do it? Fucking straight line. Because it's going too fucking fast for any man or human being
Not
to
for
fucking
jets,
handle.
though. I mean, jets.
Yeah, a jet. Yeah, let's compare a jet to a spaceship. Our rocket that leaves the Earth is not piloted by the astronauts. For real. So that's our best, talking about space-wise. We'll go in there.
To
You
me,
know
it's
what?
weird that it's still like discs, though, and stuff like that, like triangles. And maybe I've read too much like cheesy sci-fi books, but I remember the coolest like versions were always the like fluid ones, the ones that were like gels that were just like flying in the air that would like move and stuff, crazy shapes. But they're always just like triangles and discs, and I'm like, that's cool.
No,
It's still
John's
crazy
right.
how they make them work, but
They have
I
that
don't
ship that's
know.
capable of all that. Like, we are severely outclassed. Just something as simple as that.
Bro. Man, let's end
Yeah,
this
like a
shit,
ball
bro.
of mercury that just like turns
Dude.
into like shit. Like,
Ugh. Dude, what can you do? We cannot do anything against
Yeah, it's funny when we talk about aliens now. It's not necessarily to talk about it. It's like I feel like we've all accepted. Like, dude, what's going on?
it's just
You're teasing us.
Maybe-
At some
you
point, it
have
seems
to
like.
remind me that I'm this scared every time. That's all this is. I'm really terrified of aliens. That's a real fear I have. Wow.
maybe our
Swarming.
germs will kill him.
Huh?
That's a hope.
Yeah. Just
Man,
hope the germs.
I
take
just
him out.
hope
But
they get
that-
off these ships. I hope, first off, if they have to get off these ships to accomplish their goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they 3 feet tall, fat, non-athletic. And I just hope they're not bulletproof. That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
Every American will put their gun in the sky and shoot some shit. I swear to God, we're going to hit all of them.
Bro, you're gonna see fucking Leomon get off the ship and he's
Texas?
like, God,
Them motherfuckers
damn
not
it."
flying over Texas.
Like, fuck this.
You're going to have one guy with a bell in Texas. He'll say, now, everybody. Everybody's just going to start shit.
Well, one could argue, like, if these aliens are as sophisticated as they are,
Please don't.
level of influence. Because I
Please
mean,
don't.
if you're gonna try, like, if you're that
Ugh.
smart, like, depending on like if we're gonna argue morals now, because that's
Oh,
part of the
Gene,
argument now
please.
with aliens, like their morals. You
Gene.
hope they're good people, right?
Gene.
So if that is let's try to hope that is their goal. If that is their goal, then what do you try to influence a level of
Is it
conditioning?
observation? Is it harvesting? Is it cooperation they eventually want? Is it the fact that they haven't acted aggressively means, like you said, they have conscious. They have a process. They're intelligent life forms, so they have a process regardless. Now, what they do with that process determines if they have a conscious or not. And what is a conscious? Let me tell you something, Gene. Let me tell you something, Gene. If aliens exist, right, what the fuck is a spirit or a soul? If there's multiple types of aliens out here, to an alien, what is a spirit or a soul if we're trying to explain that concept? We might be talking about nothing.
They might have their own religion, which would be interesting to hear.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? We're talking about conscious and moral. What? Morals?
Well, like, think about this. Like,
just because.
What if their species doesn't replicate through sex? If it's asexual, like it buds, and it's like I don't know, like a time of year that like certain people who have developed a growth or something like that are ready to bud, and then the species then replicates, and it doesn't do anything with sex. Imagine if you took out sex from the human race, how hard religion would change. And so, like, if they have their own religion and sex doesn't exist to them, it's gonna be completely fucking different than what we think it is.
Sex would change our religion so much. Let me tell you why. The first miracle that everybody really cares about is Jesus. And she was born without sex. He was born without sex. And so now if you take away sex, duh, he was born without it. He was budded. What the fuck? Like, man, like the questions that
so
really...
Like, I think it would explain the Savior, but it wouldn't explain a lot of the following rules that were built around Christianity or around sex.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that it would drastically change our like Jesus wouldn't even be as.
Well, my argument. Hold on, real quick. My argument.
Would he be a miracle?
You know,
yeah, it would have to
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
If he was I'm saying if we took away sex from our religions and Jesus and just left it the way it was, Jesus wouldn't be technically a miracle because we'd all be born without sex.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And also,
we would just have to know somehow that he was the Son of God.
Could you imagine trying to
kind of a sign?
Could you imagine trying? First off, the fact that they haven't communicated with us means they don't care. Be dead ass honest with you.
Well, we don't know that. They could be communicating with the government.
Why?
About it. I mean,
if they've seen the government and our governments, honestly speaking, any alien species that's watched any government on this earth would not communicate with the government. Let's be real. Like, for what? Why would I need to play by your rules? Why do I need to listen to your rules? Why do I care? Could you imagine the alien coming to Earth and me trying to explain something? Like, what? Well, our vending machines, we got to put the dollar in like this because if the dollar doesn't face up. Nigga, I don't care. I'm an alien. Like, that's why I'm saying none of this really matters. The aliens will choose to do with us what they want to do with us. When that time comes, we'll be notified. If God exists, unfortunately, we weren't the chosen ones. Like, that's just plain and simple, right? That's what I'm saying. So imagine aliens coming to me trying to explain Jesus. But no, you don't understand. I'm Jewish. I'm from Israel. I'm part of the chosen. Chosen what? Chosen what? People? We the chosen planet, motherfucker. Like, what are you talking to me about? That's what I'm saying. All of this, like morals, even a compass, is not. It's possible. It's just not Wednesday yet for them.
I guess for me, it's more of a. You're right. I guess if it comes moral, I guess morals. It comes down to that. I guess God, like who is their God? Blah blah blah. I would hope
God.
I would hope it just comes down to like the belief of creation. That creation is goodness. If they have that fundamental core, no matter where it stems from, like
I'll do one better.
That's just what hope is. That's hope.
But
what if the nigga that started them is still with them? We're God. No, I did this. The alien, he's like, no, I did this.
But
it was
what
me.
God's describing, humans have already done before, though. So, like, when you had you guys saw Vikings. When you saw the Vikings and the Danes interact with the people from Wessex, they didn't believe in the same religion. They didn't believe in God the same
Not
way,
at all.
and they acted as such. They were just like, "Who the fuck is
What
this
the
guy?"
fuck are you
And they
talking
just,
about?
Like, slapped and kept killing people.
The very
Yeah.
first scene in Vikings when they go to when they make it to Wessex the first time and they go into the church and they're like, it was like fighting.
Exactly.
They just looked at him. They're like, huh?
Or a little bit of spoilers when the king and Ragnar had that conversation
Mm-hmm.
privately.
Yeah, and they
Oh,
compare their religions.
a
I think
metaphor,
that's
too.
what would happen. They're like what we hold sacred, they wouldn't, and we'd conflict about it. And then at some point, maybe an intellectual from their side would think about like why we worship the religion we do.
Eventually,
They would, like.
but I'll tell you what.
Discord.
Our Marines are the first people we send in for war. They don't read books in these people's houses. They don't go charging in and like, oh, save that art. That might be useful. No, they go in, they kick ass. And eventually we come back later and we're like, oh, let's try and preserve some things. They're not sending their scholars first.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to the next episode when we talk about aliens and that be what they had to talk about in the reports. That's gonna be a fun episode. I'm looking forward to that episode actually.
I'm not.
All right.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching a clip of Fake Deep Thinking. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe, like the clip, leave a comment, and check out our page for more content. Full episodes of Fake Deep Thinking are released every Friday on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Check it out.